Here we go, number 1. Hey there, Boots Owen here. It's early morning, January. Early morning, January 2024. Morning. So it's early morning, January 2024. It's the time of year when people throw away their Christmas trees. And when people throw away their Christmas trees, typically, sometimes, if they've bought an extra log to go on the bottom as a Christmas tree stand, they throw it away too. So we're on a bit of urban forestry, you might call it. Could I see one down there? This street's up here, it's green bin day. No, it's just that bush thing there. Pile of strange stuff there. So for the last 2 years, I'd say, maybe 3, I go out on my bike and see what I can see. I've got 1 log so far. I got 2 yesterday, or 1, so I know there's another street with some, but that doesn't mean the bin men haven't picked it up already. I think we're into green bin, black bin and blue bin street here today. I think what they do is they don't take the Christmas trees in the bin lorry, they take the Christmas trees in a cage. So we might be a week early. Depends on how efficient people are at getting rid of Christmas. There's the bin lorry. So I'll go down now where I saw one yesterday that I didn't have my saw ready for, and we'll see. I can feel when I'm talking that my lips are cold because it's not quite frosty, a little bit frosty on some cars. So it's chilly. A bit foggy up ahead. Got a new saddle on the bike, so it shouldn't squeak. It doesn't squeak like the old one. That doesn't mean the box doesn't make noise. There's one there. One there. Good. Car's had a bit of a blow. Right, so just on this cul-de-sac we've got two. Three. Oh, it's cold. So what I've noticed is that there's three or more types, well it's not three, three's a silly way of describing it. There's various reducing factors on Christmas trees. That one had a thing that's gone. That one doesn't have one. There's one straight ahead. Cool. Very good. So while you might think that there could be 100% saturation on Christmas trees in houses, oh, I hear a bin lorry, it filters down pretty quickly. So if you take out everyone who doesn't celebrate Christmas, that's a big number gone. Morning. If you take out everyone who doesn't celebrate Christmas, that's a portion. If you take out people with artificial trees, that's a portion. If you take out people who can't afford trees, which is a real thing, especially in the city I think, but equally in the countryside. Now there's a tree in there, no log on the base. That one, that's the one I got yesterday. So they haven't done this street, and here's one with a log, I know. 5. So the point is, you can get to a street and really have very few trees, and then there's the week and the year, different people move in different ways. So you could come out every day, there's another tree. So that bin lorry hasn't collected them anyways. There's one in there, no log on it. There's another one there. So this is probably the right day for this street. The log's cut off that one. People keep them for their gardens and stuff as well, so even if you had a log on every one, there's one. Even if you had a log on every one, some people will keep them themselves. Six. So I've done this before, where I filled the bike in a different part of town when I was down there with Christmas tree bottoms, and then had to cycle it home. And it was wet, they were all wet. Here this morning they seemed quite dry, but I was lugging the Christmas tree bottoms, the bases, 2 miles. And it was just foolish. I should have stashed them. Morning. I should have stashed them somewhere with a friend or something and come back for them later. But you just don't know. And so this morning, if I can do it without breaking a sweat, because it's too cold, if I get cold then I'll be cold for the rest of the trip. Another tree. Looks like the base is cut on that one. But we've done basically, well, 3 streets. We found a few, and that's cool. So going back to my details about the various layers, you want streets where people have money, where people have a certain faith, and once you've got those, then you'll get trees. So if you've got an area that is not very Christian, well, it stands to reason that there won't be many Christmas trees. If you've got an area that's pretty poor, they also might not have Christmas trees for different reasons, which is kind of sad, I reckon, you know, just generally sad. There's a bin lorry. All right, bud. So I don't know if green's been collected. It doesn't. The bins don't look to have been touched. They're still frosty on top. So there's some nice, well, some residential streets down here. Whether they're nice or not doesn't tell you whether they're going to have trees. The other thing you want is a good density of houses. So if your houses are all spaced out, you've got to travel twice as far to get anywhere. There's a brass doorknob on that door up there, but it's an awful long way up. Yeah, if your houses are all spaced out, well, you just end up covering more ground for the same return. There's one. Got a spark there, no good. That's why I make the undercut first. To try and save the blade. House is getting a whole new garden, a whole new wall, a whole lot. Saw a tree back there, but I could see in a glimpse, like that one, it doesn't have a base on it, so there's one. And they're all nice and dry, they haven't been left out in the rain, so they're okay for carrying the load so far. That one took a turn, I'd say it's last year's. So a little undercut. Should spare the blade if I get down. A friend of mine referred to my behaviour in this kind of stuff as urban crofting. I suppose is the closest thing you could come to it. I would call stuff like this could be called gleaning. Gleaning goes back to the old agricultural days in rural England, where a team of harvesters would go into a field and take the crop. And up until that point it was illegal to go near the crop and steal it, even though it's right there unguarded. You can't see behind the cars, but you just have to guess that there's nothing there. And take it on faith that there's nothing there. But after the harvest had been through, the head ganger or the foreman or whoever was head of the harvest would say that women and children and whoever could go in and glean what was remaining. This road's icy. I just thought I saw something. There's a stump there, but there's a stump cut off that tree. No good. So general people were allowed to go in and clear up after the harvest, and you could take whatever was left, peas or vegetables or whatever they were harvesting, and it was free, called gleaning, legally sanctioned, I guess, if sanctioned's the right word. but I wonder if that's what I would call this game. Now, there's been different discussions on different dumpster diving YouTube channels about, not that one there, but that one, only one base. Go up to the end and come back. So on a street of 6 or 7 trees, there's only one with a base on it, but that's okay. So yeah, gleaning. And a neighbour, a friend, said to me, or described me, I think, as an urban crofter. Did I just say that already? So this concept of urban crofting, where, well, you're living the life of a rural person, I guess. So I'll take that, because urban crofting seems to be a description, or urban crofter seems to be a description of life that I can roll with. It sounds good to me. Now I'm kind of full, so if I go any further I'm going to get caught, so I need to swing by home. Swing by home and either dump a load or do another load. Let's go straight ahead. Those lights won't change for me. No, they will. Okay. The other faction of housing is rented housing. Rarely has Christmas trees, because people either are living on lower incomes, some of them, some of us, or they leave at Christmas to be with their families in different parts of the country or the world. Students in this city especially. There's a skip I didn't know about. Looks pretty grim. Take off my helmet to check the camera's still on, because it would be funny if I didn't have it on. If you look up on that lamppost there, funny camera, a white box up there, load of power cables. Quantco? What's that about? Who are they monitoring? So not a 1 on this road. I could feel the weight in it now, whereas it was light when I started. Slow and steady hills are wearisome. Morning. There's one with no tapered bottom. So what they do is they get this big doweling machine and they make a dowel or a point like a pencil sharpener on the end of the tree and a hole in the log, and they slot together. And typically they're a pretty good fit, and once they're in, because they're both quite rough edged, they really don't want to come apart, so sawing seems to be the only way. And I'll take them home and chop them into blocks for the fire and store them for over a year normally. Going back to the notions of urban crofting, this is a completely pointless exercise because I've taken in 6 or 10 of these already in half an hour, or however long it says on the screen, and they're worth what, £5, something like that. Oh, that bin lorry missed the rubbish. But I feel good about it. And that's something. So go up this hill straight ahead, zigzag home. We'll see. Is there any on this road? See, all the green bins are out. Green is organic. I think people typically associate that with Christmas trees. Some streets have loads of trees, like the one parallel here. And then this one, morning, so far has none. And now I've got a hill here and a bin lorry at the end of it. Bathtub there, but I don't see any taps. There's one tree. One tree is a start. Now I can feel the heat rising up. I'm not sure how I'm going to get past this bin lorry, but also I can't go on the path because of the bins. I know I'll get stuck. Keep considering urban crofting, the value is irrelevant because each log there is probably 1 or 2 days, well, a half or 1 day's heat. I'll try the path. There we go. So if I'm coming out for half an hour and getting around a week of heating, evening heat, that's not so bad. He's going to get stuck behind the bin wagon. So even if it's just a week's heating, that's another week's heating. If I bought those blocks as petrol station blocks, logs, firewood, I imagine they're about a £5 a bag, and from what I've seen, they're a different shape, but they're about, it works out at about £1 a log in some places, which is expensive. There's one there. Some people tie a plastic bag around the base to hold in moisture. I've seen that twice today and never before. So I'll go down this road and then I'll sign off for now, I think. Good morning. Tree there with the base. See, you can buy them even if they have the base, the dowel, but no base. Some of those Christmas tree merchants charge an extra tenner for the log. There's one. There's one there too. My glasses are all foggy and I can't see anymore, so I think that's as good a sign as any that this is over. Is there one there? Nope. Bags, the basket's getting heavy. Right, so I've probably covered 2 or 3 miles, not much. Another tree with the dowel but no plug. A lot of times if they're standing up on their own, it's a good sign that they've got a base on them, a stand. What I've noticed as well is in the very wealthy areas they throw out expensive plastic stands, which I guess you could collect, but no, not for me. Right. Back where we started, there's a glimpse into urban crofting, urban forestry, early January scrap diving. I didn't find anything other than the logs. Thanks for watching. Check out my other cycling around looking at stuff videos. Come on, buddy. Check out my other cycling around looking for stuff videos. I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. See you later.